Want to get found online while you're making waffles or binge watching Netflix? Blogging still works in 2025, and it might just be your most underrated business tool. I used to treat blogging like something I'd do if I magically found a free afternoon. And as a small business owner, juggling client work, social media, emails, and life with two little kids, those afternoons just never showed up. But one day I changed the way I approached blogging. I stopped seeing it as extra and started treating it as the foundation of my content strategy. And what happened next? I started hearing, "I found you through Google." My inbox started to fill up with dream clients referencing blog posts that I barely remembered writing. These weren't cold leads, they were warm, informed, and ready to work with me. Blogging boosts SEO and visibility. Let's start with the obvious, but often misunderstood reason why blogging works: SEO. Every blog post you publish sends a signal to Google that your site is active, helpful, and worth showing to people who are searching. And when you use keywords your audience is already Googling, you increase your chances of showing up right when they need you. For example, if someone types into Google how to choose brand colors, they might find your blog post. And suddenly, you're not just a designer, you're the go-to expert. Here's an action tip. Keep a Google Doc of every question that clients ask during discovery calls, emails, or through DMs. Turn each one into a blog post. No keyword tool needed. You're answering real questions that can result in real traffic to your site. The second thing that blogging does is it builds authority and trust. People don't buy after seeing one Instagram post. Trust is built over time, and your blog post is where that relationship grows. Use your blog to show your expertise through how-tos, case studies, behind the scenes, and lesson learned. Add your personality, your voice, your quirks. That's what makes people feel connected to you and more likely to buy from you over someone else. For example, I once had a client say, "I've been reading your blog for months, and I already knew I wanted to hire you before we even talked." That's the power of consistency when it comes to blogging. Here's a pro tip. Try pairing educational content with a personal story or takeaway. Teaching plus storytelling equals unforgettable content. The third thing that blogging does is it empowers your entire content strategy. Here's the secret to doing less but showing up more. Start with a blog post and then repurpose it. One blog post can become an Instagram carousel, multiple reels, showcase one with behind the scenes, one that shares a tip, and one that busts a myth. It could become several different Pinterest pins with different headlines, all that link directly to your blog post. Your blog content can become an email to mail to your list to keep them engaged and send them relevant content and remind them that you exist and also give them a reason to visit your website. It can become a lead magnet or at least have additional content that becomes a lead magnet, which helps build your mailing list, or even a YouTube video like this one. Instead of creating from scratch every single day, you're pulling from one core piece of content. It's like batching and strategy all in one. Here's a challenge for you. Next time you write a post, outline 3 to 5 main points. Each one of those points can become a piece of content on social. You'll thank yourself later. If you're enjoying this video and you want to focus even more about getting your content to show up in search results, especially AI ones, I have a free class that walks you through exactly how to get your content to show up in AI searches. I'll include a link below. The fourth thing that blogging does is that it grows your email list and converts your readers. Your blog isn't just a billboard, it's a funnel. Every post is a chance to offer something valuable in exchange for an email address. For example, if you create a blog post about how to plan a brand photo shoot, include a free checklist that someone can download to go through all the different pieces that they need to get ready for that photo shoot. That's going to get their email addresses onto your list and help grow your business even more. Or if you wrote a blog post about Showit SEO tips, create another piece of content that is some sort of downloadable PDF to grab your Showit starter guide. Put that CTA to your lead magnet in multiple places: the top, the middle, the end. Readers don't always scroll to the bottom of the content, and you never know when they'll be ready to take action and take that next step and get on your mailing list. Here's another smart strategy. Track which blog posts convert best, then double down on those topics across your funnel. The fifth thing that blogging does is that it has evergreen value, unlike social. Your Instagram content is probably buried in the massive feed of content within a day or two, but blog posts, they keep working for years. When you blog, you're creating evergreen content, which means that that post probably stays relevant over a much longer period of time. It has a lot more potential to bring in traffic and leads long after you hit publish. So think of it like digital real estate that appreciates over time. Here are a few great evergreen topics. Any sort of content about how to's, how to start a website, how to play in your newborn photo shoot, or mistakes to avoid. Those are also popular pieces of content. People always love tools and tips and resources, especially if you're sharing from your experience. And people also love beginner guides. So, beginner guide to brand photos, beginner guide to website design, and so forth. Here's a quick maintenance tip. Make sure that you go back and revisit and update your top performing posts annually to keep them fresh and ranking high in search results. If somebody finds that piece of content, you want to make sure that it's relevant and up to date. I know that blogging can feel overwhelming. You're not a full-time writer. You're probably running a business, maybe raising kids and trying to drink your coffee while it's still hot. But you don't need to post weekly or write like amazing writers like Hemingway or Tolkien. You just need to start showing up strategically. This is your permission slip to stop chasing trends and start building content that lasts. If you're ready to make the most of your content and get found on Google and AI search results, I'm going to include a link to my free class below that teaches you exactly how to do that. Thanks for joining me.